Hey there. So today I'm going to go over why I think this brand, GNC, well-known brand in the United States, what are they doing to totally dominate the protein powder niche with their e-commerce SEO strategy? And as you can see here, like the key protein powder, it gets over 100,000 searches in the United States alone every month. And internationally, globally, like let's say you're selling protein powder and you're shipping not just in the United States, but also in the United Kingdom and in other countries, like it's almost 500,000 searches per month. And that's just for the exact phrase protein powder. Many people just put in best protein powders in plural, and so on. So the average potential volume from these searches is massive. And as you can see here, the brand I'm talking about today is gnc.com, and they are sitting in the first position, and they're getting about 16,000 organic visitors just from the United States alone. This is only showing the United States, so yeah, they could be getting more in aggregate. And I know that they're also shipping internationally as well. So, and the value of these visitors, and by the way, just a side note here, Amazon is sitting in the second position, and they're getting over 30,000 visitors. So yeah, 16,000 definitely isn't here. Amazon is just simply ranking for more keywords, although they're in the second position. So yeah, there's definitely potential for more here. But like if I quickly calculate how much these visitors are worth to them. So if you just take 16,287 times the average e-commerce conversion rate, which is usually between 2.5 to 3%. So let's take the minimum of the range, so 2.5%. And the average product cost that I saw on their site was around $50. So this is 45, this is 50, and these ones are even more expensive, 90 and so on. And if we only assume that like someone coming to the site only buy once, like if you have a good email sequence, if you're upselling different products, if you are also like nurturing the list, and also if people like your, like if you're selling supplements, if you're selling protein powder, odds are the person would buy again next month and then the month after and so on. But if we only take into account the first purchase, and let's say the average product cost is $50, and also with 12 months, so the estimated revenue from these rankings here, and I would say it's conservative, is around like almost $250,000 per year that they could be making from these rankings. And yeah, I would estimate it's way more, because if someone orders this and they like the product, they will probably order again. They're getting a lot of value from these rankings. And now the main question is, how are they getting those rankings? What are they doing differently to be number one? And I'm going to quickly go over those things here. I have some notes here on the right side, but the main point here, like if you can already read high DR and topical authority, but like we quickly go over here and look at the results here for protein powder and top rankings. You see here that their DR is 77. If you don't know what DR is, it's just a measure from 0 to 100 according to Ahrefs, which is an SEO research tool, one of the best ones that you can use. It's a score from 0 to 100, with 100 being the best possible score. And 77 is a super high score. It takes, they have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars worth of backlinks, worth of links from other websites just directing at GNC, and that is boosting these rankings here. And so 77 is really, really high. Usually, like if you're a small brand, like it's not that easy to even get to 30. Like you see here, the shopflavorcity.com, the shopflavcity has a DR of 31. This is reasonable for smaller brands with marketing budgets in the tens of thousands, not in the millions or hundreds of thousands. So yeah, that's a significant result. But yeah, then again, like they're a massive brand. They've been around for tens of years, and they have managed to build up that DR in time. So this is really hard to beat, but this is also one of the biggest drivers of things. But again, like then you might ask, like, yeah, but we see Amazon sitting in the second position here with a DR of 96, and we have Google Store here with a DR of 90. Like, why aren't these guys beating them? So getting number one rankings or the top rankings, it's not only a matter of TR. There are many other factors at play. TR is just one significant factor that we have to take into account. So the second thing is the on-page optimization. How well is their on-page optimized? So do they have the main keywords? First of all, are they even targeting the keyword that people are searching for the most? So in this case, protein powder, this is the main keyword. We can see it from Ahrefs. And the way we see it, like, what I mean here is that, like, let's say that you're selling protein powder, but you don't really know what's the main keyword that people type into Google the most to find your product. So what you can do is just, you can go to Ahrefs and you can type in different keywords, how you think people are searching for the product. And then you could look at, I'm going to show you an example. So if you go to, let's say you go to Ahrefs and you add in protein, just protein, because you don't know how people actually search for it. And then if you go to matching terms, and you just sort these based on search volume, so the highest to the lowest. So protein, the exact keyword to search for the most. If someone is searching protein, is typing protein into Google, like what are they looking for? They're just looking for information on protein. And if you're selling protein powder, you don't really want to, you're not really looking for those searchers. You're looking for people that are actually actively looking to buy protein powder. But here, so you see protein powder is the third one here. So the way to actually look into it, the way we do it, if you look at who's currently ranking, are they blog articles, scientific research papers, or are they actual collection pages or e-commerce stores? So for the keyword protein, if we open up the top rankers here, we see Better Health with an article, Healthline with an article, and Harvard with an article, so and Wikipedia and so on. So I wouldn't really optimize for protein based on this. But now if I look for like Fairlife is a brand, so I don't care about it. But then the third one here is protein powder. If I open up the search results and see, okay, here the first one is a protein powder, a collection page of an e-commerce store. So this is perfect. So this is the keyword to optimize for, and they know this because this is exactly what they are optimizing for. So they have the main keyword in their URL, which is one of the most important places to add your main keyword in. But first of all, you need to know your main keyword, as I said. Then they have it in their H1 title, in their most important title. And then they also have it in their description here as well, as you can see here. So these are I would say, the three most important places: the URL, the H1, and also in the description. And they also have it in many of the product names on the collection page. So this is quite well done. It looks like it's near perfect, but then we also use, like for our clients, we also use Surfer SEO, which is an advanced SEO tool to fix your own page, to optimize your own page, to include the words that Google wants to see for a page that it would rank for protein powder or for urban terms. So Google is an algorithm, it's a match for. So it's looking for different signals, different words that an authoritative site should use if it wants to rank for protein powder. And it gives your page a score, and it scores GNC a 56 out of 100, which is decent, but you could do better. So on that front, on the on-page front, like yes, they had a near perfect optimization for the main places, so the URL and the H1 and the description here, but the overall content, like they're lacking content, which is why they're scoring only a 56. And if 56 seems like a lot to you, here's another business here, a competitor of theirs, GQ, who has a much better score, a 72. They're not outranking GNC, mainly because their other factors are weaker. But then again, like if you want to, at the end of the day, if you want to beat GNC, if you want to become number one, maybe for protein powder or for whichever niche, you don't need to, like as you can see here, you don't need to be 100 out of 100, or you need to be a 10 out of 10 at every aspect. You just need to have the best aggregate score overall. So here, this is a weakness of theirs in my opinion. Like if we would have a client trying to compete with GNC, then yeah, I would see this as a weakness, and I would definitely try to get our client score at least up to the 70s, if not 80s or 90s, to have a much better optimization score for this particular fact. So yeah, now moving on to the fifth thing on my list of why they're ranking so well is the topical authority. So if you look at GNC, they're selling different products. They're not just selling protein powder. They're selling many different things. Like if you go to the bestsellers page here, like they're selling different supplements, testosterone boosters, protein bars. So anyways, yeah, they're selling a lot of different things. But in this case, they might be spreading themselves too thin. And what I want to look for is like how many different pages they have that have the keyword protein in their URL. So I'm looking for how many different articles or products they have on the topic of protein or protein powder. And I see that with Ahrefs that they have over 900 pages, so 905 pages on different topics or different products regarding protein. So this means that in the eyes of Google, they are almost like the Wikipedia of protein. They have a lot of products that they're selling, and they also have a lot of articles covering different aspects of protein and answering different questions around protein. So they're doing a great job with that. I would score this a 10 out of 10 topical in terms of topical authority, which means that they're really hard to beat. So if you would also be selling protein powder, for example, and you only have 10 articles or 5 articles, then it's really hard for you to beat them, because Google always wants to serve the best possible result. And if one business has like over 900 products and articles about protein and you only have 5, then odds are that the other brand is much more authoritative, knows more about protein, and is a better resource for the searcher. So they will be served first, and you will be second. Of course, you don't always need to beat on every aspect, as I said before, but this is a topical authority is a significant aspect. And yes, GNC is a large brand. They're selling a lot of different products, which means that they might be spreading themselves too thin, but in this case, they're not. Protein is a super important product for them. And yeah, it seems that they have really tripled down on producing content and having a lot of products for this category. So this is a really hard fact to beat them. So again, like if you look here, like the high DER and their topical authority are two of the main reasons that why I think they're ranking so well and beating Amazon, beating all the other major players in this niche. And the last thing why I think they're ranking quite well is that they also have a pretty decent internal links strategy. So if I look at like how many internal links, so internal links are basically links from other pages on their site. So other pages on their site that are linking to that protein powder page, and often using that the main keyword protein powder as the anchor text. So as you can see here, like they are also linking from their home page to their protein powder page. See protein powder. Okay, here's the link. They're linking from many different places. They're linking from the home page, which is great. This is giving them good internal signals, like because the home page is the most powerful page. So if you're linking from your home page to your most important product, that's an important signal for Google that this page is important and it should rank for this keyword. They have 16 internal links in total, which is like we usually try to build at least 20 internal links to most of our clients' important pages, but the more the better. So you could definitely beat them. Like let's say you have 50 articles around protein powder or around protein, answering different questions about protein. You could add an internal link to from all of those. So you could have 15 links. So in this aspect, like, yes, they're doing a great job because most businesses are too lazy to build any internal links. Maybe they have like 1 or 2 or 3. But like these guys here have 16, which means that they're doing intentional SEO. They're not sleeping on their SEO, but they could do way better because protein powder is such an important keyword. And they only have 16. So now moving on to the most important part, in my opinion, how you could beat them. Like let's say that you were you're also selling protein powder. How to beat GNC, how to outperform them, how to get to number 1, or if you're not unable to achieve that, like how to get a lot of traffic yourself. So yeah, so the first thing is focus. And what I mean here is that like GNC, as I said, like they're selling a ton of different products. Like you saw on the previous page, they have 383 best sellers. So they like most shops don't even have as many products. They have like, so that means they are themselves thin. If you're only selling protein powder, if that's your main category, that's your main product, then you could focus your entire site about protein powder and around protein. So this would give you an advantage. And also another trick that you could do is like if you are only selling protein powder, you could optimize your home page to rank for the main keyword protein powder, because the home page always has the most power. It's the most powerful page of any site, and then have your collection pages in the main menus. So that's one thing, focus. And then the second thing that I would say where they're rather weak is where you could beat GNC is with their direct links to their, let's see where it is, I'll show you. So as you could see here, this is these are top rankers for protein powder. GNC is sitting at the top here again, but then they have a massive DR. But if you look at how many direct links they have to this page, to this protein powder URL, they seem to have 43 links from 22 different domains. This isn't actually that strong, or that isn't a big amount, because protein powder, again, like it's getting so many searches every month. It's highly valuable, and them only getting like 22 different referring domains. And also, if you look at how strong those domains are, if I'm only looking at 2 follow links and 1 link per domain, they only have 9 links, and many of the links that they have are weak, really weak. Like you see here, like the DR, I would say call a link with a DR below 20, and a site or a domain with no domain traffic at all, the domain getting no traffic itself, I would call those weak links. So I can only see like a couple of decent links here. This one, although I don't know even if I open that, if it is a decent link. So they don't have that many decent links, which means that they don't have high quality links. And if you build direct backlinks, either through guest posts, link insertions, or however, and then you could beat them on this front. And this is one of the most important ranking drivers. I would see this as one of the core strategies, how to beat GNC. And then again, the blogging strategy, I would also recommend to heavily focus on creating blog articles around answering different questions that people have around protein powder. So I just went to Ahrefs Keyword Explorer, added in protein, and looked for all the keywords where I see that where there are sites with not that high of a DR, of up to 40, ranking in the top 5, smaller brands ranking in the top 5. And I'm looking at keyword difficulty up to 10, so it's not that hard to compete there. I see a lot of keywords, a lot of different keywords, some of which you should have a collection page, because the intent is commercial. So yeah, someone searching for best protein bars. Actually, if someone's searching for protein pasta, they're potentially looking for a collection page. So if you are selling protein pasta, or you could outsource it from somewhere, or you could produce it, this is a good insight, because the difficulty here is only a 4. Whereas if you go back to the main one, the protein powder keyword difficulty is 24. So that's a massive difference. That's an exponential difference in terms of ranking tip. So for protein pasta, and it still has a lot of searches, so 30,000 searches. So you could get additional product ideas, collection page ideas, and also blog article ideas. So best protein bars. This is potentially a blog article. If you open up who's currently ranking at the top, I estimate that it's going to be a blog article. So yeah, it's a blog article. Then best protein bars for weight loss. and the low DR site here is ranked at the top. So here's one of the this is a good strategy how to get blog article ideas. So you could get like, okay, best protein bars has this many searches and the low keyword difficulty, I should create an article on it. And of course you can always, like, if you think your protein bars are actually any good, which I hope you do, and if you are selling protein bars, then you should list your own bars at the top. And you could also even filter for questions only. So what are the different questions people are asking? How is protein powder made? 13,000 searches a month. Does protein powder expire? How much protein in 3 eggs, and so on. You could go and answer these questions and with different articles and start to compound your topical authority to beat with GNC. And if you don't want to beat them for protein powder, or if you think that it's going to take you a lot of time to beat them for protein powder, or if you don't have the resources, you could then again focus on creating or targeting lower difficulty, long tail keywords. Let's say again, like if you are able to sell other products as well, not just protein powder, but other protein products like protein cereal, protein pasta, protein water, lean protein shake, and so on. And also, but still, if your main product is still protein powder and you're only selling protein powder, then you could also just include powder here. And now this is going to show you all keywords that might be longer tail keywords that have protein powder in them. Egg white protein powder, you could sell egg white protein powder. If you're selling it, this could give you indication that, yeah, like if you have this product, or if you have the option to start selling this product, then you should definitely create a dedicated collection page to target this keyword. Egg white protein, raw protein, grass-fed protein powder. These are all collection page ideas that are much easier to rank to get to the top compared to just protein powder. So you could start from here, get the snowball rolling, start to compound your SEO ROI. And then once you get some money coming back to you, then you could go harder at the most important keyword, which is protein powder, or whatever it is in your niche. That's what we usually do for our clients as well. We are always focusing on the most important keyword, but we're trying to also focus on the lower difficulty keywords to get them results, to get clients results, and to compound their SEO, the ROI from SEO, to then have more firepower, to have more resources to go after the most important keywords, while also compounding the topical authority and making sales from lower difficulty products. Like really good example, flavorless protein powder. If you are selling protein powder, it might be a good idea to add some flavorless options, or you might already have them. And just this here tells me that this is a really good category page. So overall, how is GNC able to rank number one from protein powder? The main reasons are that their TR, their domain authority is 77, which is really high. They have a ton of topical authority. As I showed you, they have over 900 pages related to protein powders and answering different questions about protein with their blog articles. Their on-page optimization is mediocre, although it's decent, and they have a good amount of internal links as well. So if you want to beat them, if you want to beat GNC for the keyword protein powder, then what you should do is you should focus and double down on just protein powder. If your site is only about protein powder, you could even optimize your homepage to rank for that keyword, because your homepage is always going to have an advantage. Then you could build more direct backlinks to your page, because we see here that GNC only has 22 referring domains, which is not that many. And I also showed that they only have 3 or 4 decent high quality backlinks. So just building more backlinks to your protein powder page is going to allow you to have a more authoritative page for protein powder. And also I would recommend you to go after low-hanging fruit keywords like flavorless protein powder and other types of protein powder category pages, to create other types of protein powder category pages that are still relevant, that you are selling flavorless protein powder, which has a much lower keyword difficulty, but still a good amount of searches, so that you could start to compound your SEO results, you could start to compound your SEO ROI, to then have more resources to go after more difficult keywords like protein powder in general. So that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some value out of it. Even if you're not competing in the protein powder niche, still, I think there's a lot for you to take away from it. Protein powder is one of the most competitive searches in terms of SEO. So it's really good to learn from these kinds of results. Like, what are the top performers doing differently that you can then take and implement in your niche, which is hopefully has less competition. So if you want us to do a quick audit of your site and telling you what you should do, I'm offering to do a pre-Loom video. It will be 5 to 10 minutes, me or someone from our team going over the site, totally free of charge. Just go to the first link down below and fill out the forms, and we'll get back to you. So yeah, thank you. Enjoy your day and best of luck in ranking.